Hi, this is Anna Hokangas, and this is a meditation to invite divine guidance, support, healing, and love into your life. Allow yourself to relax, and as you relax, take a breath in through the nose, and then out through the mouth, and gently release the sound "ah." And again, take a breath in through your nose, releasing out through your mouth. Ah. And settling this time even deeper into a state of relaxation. Continue breathing, gently, easily. Allow your breath to enter in and then flow out of your body, gently, naturally, at a pace that is perfectly comfortable just for you. And as you breathe and relax, allow your eyes to close. Allow your mind to slip away from present time, from the conditions that are surrounding you in the moment, and gently begin to notice your heart. Drift into this peaceful place, into this vast space in time that exists beyond your imagination. And in this place, in this timeless dimension, I invite you to imagine that divinity, the spirit within, is fully and completely connected to the vastness of the infinite divinity that is all. Allow your awareness to lift gently out of your body and consciously reunite with your higher self. The eternal all-knowing is always divinely connected to you. It is you, and is everywhere seen and unseen. It is the infinite field of pure potentiality, and it contains all that is. It contains you, for it is you. This greater part of you guides, loves, and oversees your physical journey. It oversees your experience in this present incarnation. Notice how you feel as you consciously allow your spirit to merge with your higher self. Gently and easily, with this next breath, in through the nose and out through the mouth. Gently merge with the sounds and the feelings, and relax as you find yourself one with your highest, most conscious divine self. Turn your full attention to your higher self and ask your higher self to clear the path for you in this now moment, in this present moment, so that you can have a better connection to your higher self, to your divine wisdom, to the divine world, to the angelic forces and spirits that help you, to the ascended masters, teachers, and guides who always support you on your path. And breathe, allowing yourself to relax and drift deeper and deeper into a state of peaceful, quiet, perfect calm. And as your higher self steps forward, it begins to clear the way. Notice as you observe your breath, how your higher self calls forth the love of the universe. It gently surrounds your physical body as you sit in this perfectly calm, safe, and relaxed state. This love is now fully embracing and filling you, and relieving your physical body. As you feel the release and relief of any disharmony, disturbances, congestion, pain, illness, heaviness, stress, and discomfort. Anything that no longer serves you that is in your field of awareness, or that might come through from past lives, or past experiences that you may notice. Your higher self clears and resolves all this congestion, dissonance, and pain from your physical body, so that it can be comfortable and therefore present and open to higher guidance and open connection with the higher frequencies of the divine. Notice as you breathe how lovingly and beautifully and how thoroughly your higher self clears your physical body. Allow it to flow through your body, through the soles of your feet, into the earth to be transformed. Breathe, continuing to relax, and feel the relief that your physical body is now experiencing. Notice how your spirit and your body align and harmonize in a deeper, more peaceful way. Using your imagination now, notice how your higher self invokes the assistance of your higher self and all the healing agents. Using your imagination now, notice how your higher self invokes the assistance of divine love to begin to clear your emotional body. Freeing you of all confusion, fear, anxiety, depression, resentment, grief, regret, and sorrow. And notice how they just gently move through your body, through the soles of your feet, into Mother Earth to be transformed. And notice how your higher self, under your conscious direction, begins to clear your emotional body, freeing you of all past injuries and upsets, allowing you to be present and clear of all emotional disturbances and disruptions, releasing all disappointments, sadness, and fears, and allows your awareness to be completely established in a peaceful, emotional, calm sense of feeling right now. Using your breath, allow your spirit to assist this clearing and cleansing you of the past, and allowing you to experience perfect peace. Bring your awareness to your inner hearing so that you may hear your inner guidance and divine wisdom, and that you may consciously connect to the higher frequencies of love and the infinite field of pure potentiality. Notice as your emotional field is cleared, and as your spirit becomes more available, you become more aware, more present, and more connected to your higher self. Relaxing into a peaceful emotional state, imagine with your breath that your higher self is now calling forward the infinite love of the universe to clear the mental body of all inflexibility, stubbornness, false opinions, negativity, discord, judgment, anger, dissatisfaction, frustration, and arrogance. See it releasing, moving through your body and down through the soles of your feet into Mother Earth as it is transformed now. As you are more fully open to the flow of spirit, of your higher self and your Creator, continue to breathe gently and easily. Observe how your higher self responds to your command to heal the mental body, to clear your mind, relieve it of all confusion, distortion. Allow yourself to be open and receptive to divine guidance, for you are now in the flow of direct communication with your higher self. Notice with your breath, as you more fully open to the flow of spirit, of your higher self and your Creator, your mind becomes quiet, receptive, and acutely aware of and tuned to your higher self, to the guidance available to you in this moment. This is a wondrous time for your soul's evolution and your personal empowerment. Notice how you comfortably settle into this present moment now, easily, with a clear and quiet mind, and continuing to breathe, connected to the support of your higher self. Through your imagination, imagine that your higher self now calls forward your divine teachers and surrounds your spiritual body with a loving and supportive vibration that relieves you of all past hurts, all past debts, all past obligations, and also frees those who are obliged to you of their debts and obligations to you. In this state of forgiveness, and in the intention of merging with your higher self, you are able to live fully empowered, fully in the now, guided, supported, loved by your higher self, your healers, your helpers, your joy guides. You are always assisted by your divine teachers. Observe how they call on love and the infinite field of potentiality to clear you of any past karma, clearing you of any obligations to others, and any obligations from others to you, releasing you completely with love and divine intention. to live fully empowered in the moment. Feel the love of your Creator, of your higher self. Feel the protection of your divine support system. Feel the openness as this clearing the past of all that no longer serves you unfolds in perfect ways. You are now free of obligations, dissonance, disharmony, and negative history. Now, using your breath, breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth, and as you release, express the sound ah. Take another deep breath and proclaim, "So it is, and all is cleared. So it is, and all is cleared." You are now completely free to live in this present moment, to be in a completely open connection with your higher self and the infinite field. Unencumbered, deeply attuned to what is important, you begin to notice how your spirit is now fully alive, connected, and present. Notice how your physical self is peaceful and calm, and free of pain, free of any tension or stress. Notice how your emotions are quiet, clear, and joyful. Notice how your mind is at ease, open and receptive to hearing the voice of your higher self and of divine guidance. And notice how your consciousness is now completely liberated from any past obligations, allowing you to be completely, perfectly aware of your divine connection. It is from this place that you are guided on a cellular level, in your heart, in your mind and soul. Your highest good is unfolding. Take a moment of awe and wonder now as you contemplate and love your Creator. Notice as your vibration of joy, creativity, and healing radiates out from you to all those you encounter. Noticing your breath now. Breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth gently with the sound ah. Imagine the divine connection between your higher self and your body. It is completely and totally at peace. Bring your attention back to your hands, back to your breath, back to your heart, back to your breath, back to the sounds and the light in the room, back to your breath. And when you are ready, slowly open your eyes. There's no rush. You are free, clear, calm, and peaceful, feeling better and better, perfectly in tune with your higher self and all the divine support. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Ah. And join with me in affirming, and so it is.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Nice to see you all, and nice to see you online, or I think I can see you. We know you're there, and we're happy for your presence. So, we're here for another day of worship. My name is Marcia Daly, and I will be your presider for today. We acknowledge the vision and mission and dedicate our service to the Hamilton Regional Indian Center. Their vision is creating change that empowers urban Aboriginal people, and their mission to provide the urban Aboriginal people with the tools to achieve a balanced, holistic lifestyle. Unity Spiritual Center acknowledges the traditional owners of the land on which this gathering is held. We pay our respects to all First Nations people and acknowledge elders past and present. And so we begin with the hymn, I Am the Place Where God Shows Up, lyrics and music by Eddie Watkins Jr. and sung for us by our own Emilio.
Am I strong enough to bear the burdens that sometimes come living this thing called life? Am I wise enough to make the right decisions when I'm standing at the fork in the road? Sometimes I wonder and ponder, only to realize I'm not alone, and there's nothing I have to do on my own, because I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. Will I have enough to do the things I need to do to take care of myself? Will I have the health of mind and body to live a life of grace and wholeness? Sometimes I wonder and ponder, only to realize I'm not alone, and there's nothing I have to do on my own, because I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up. Sing, I am the place. I am the place where God lives. You are the place. Moves and breathes and has we are the place. I am the place where God shows up. Sing, I am the place where God lives, moves and breathes and has its being. I am the place where God shows up.
Thank you, Emilio. And before I introduce you to Reverend Ann this morning, I'd just like to share some really good news. Well, good for us. We are moving, and we are looking for people to help. So there's a sign-up sheet. Jean has a sign-up sheet. So be sure to stop and take a look and see what you can help us with. And the negotiations for the lease have started, so things are moving. It's definitely moving in the positive direction. So I encourage you to stay tuned for more announcements. And now I introduce our Reverend Ann Ahokangas, who will lead us in the service today.
Hi, everybody. Hello. And hi to those of you online. It's so great to be with you. Unity really, truly is our path to a better life. For those of us that have been doing it for a while, I can attest to that. For those of you that are just beginning, I can attest to that, especially if you work the principles. You know, it's interesting, my administrator and I have been spending the last couple of weeks starting to pack. And so we're going through storage closets and going through boxes. And one of the things we looked at the other day was videos of when Unity Spiritual Center was Christ Church Unity on the mountain. And there were individuals like Colvin and Wendy and Laura and some of you that are watching from home in a younger iteration of yourselves. And it was really fun to look at, and we're planning on putting a little video together so that everyone can see all of the past pictures, and we'll take pictures as we pack up and move and go to our new place to sort of add to the history. So, you know, we've been here for a long time. 1937 was the very first gathering of Unity here in the Hamilton area, so it's pretty wonderful, and I commend you for continuing to do this spiritual work. So welcome. I'd like to start with opening prayer. And I'd like to start with, just before we read this together, with connecting with the sacred that is at the core of each of us. And just take a moment of silence, perhaps close your eyes, and just take your attention from your mind to your heart center, to that place where the sacredness of who you are, the divinity of who you are, always resides. And just connect deliberately, knowing that in this place all is well. From this awareness, all is love, all is support. And from this place, I remember that just the simple act of gratitude brings me to this place instantaneously. So I know as I move through this week, and I move to a place of gratitude when things don't seem the way I would like them to be, that I am transported immediately to this infinite field of love, potentiality, and support, guidance, and all the good things that Spirit is, right where I am. Please join with me in affirming, and so it is. Would you read this with me? I believe life is good, God is all there is, and love is the only power. I align myself with the power within to create my best life. And let's sing about it, okay?
What if a prayer is not a plea, a desperate call with tears that fall on bended knee, but breathing out and breathing in, it's God and that lives and breathes, my trusted friend. My life is a prayer, the God is praying. My thoughts are words that God is saying. My laughter is the sound of angels playing. My life is a prayer that God is praying. What if today I had the chance to move and sway? God leads the way in my life's dance. What if I knew without a doubt, no need to fear, God is right here, within, without. My life is a prayer that God is praying. My thoughts are words that God is saying. My laughter is the sound of angels playing. My life is a prayer that God is praying. That God is praying. My thoughts are words that God is saying. My laughter is the sound of angels
That is truly beautiful. Thank you. And now we move to the absolute word. Our word is let go, unleash divine potential. And the affirmation, I let go of opinions and fears as I unleash my divine potential. The often heard saying, let go and let God, can be found on the walls of recovery programs throughout the world. It is often said in reference to a higher and separate power. Its deeper meaning is let go, unleash my divine potential. It is all about using our divine potential in higher and more productive ways. This understanding and usage expands collective consciousness. In the face of any challenge, I quiet the opinions and fears of my adverse ego mind by not giving it any power or importance. Then I turn to my divine potential and unleash divine strength and love. With strength, I am able to persevere. With love, I am able to desire the right outcome as I harmonize my thoughts and feelings.
Ever present, ever growing. Let me remember what's real. Let me be intimate with the infinite, vulnerable and free. I wanna be one with the sweetness, completely one with completeness. Let me be gentle with me, falling in love with everything, falling in love with divinity, falling in love with everyone, because God is in you. God is in me. Oh, let me be intimate with the infinite. Let me be open to you. I want to sing in the spirit. I feel it. I hear it. See in your eyes the truth. Falling in love with everything. Falling in love with divinity. Falling in love with everyone, because God is in you. And God is in me. Oh, oh, let me be intimate with the infinite. Instrumental. Let me be intimate with the infinite. Let me be deeply revealed. I want to be one with the knowing, ever present, ever growing. Let me remember what's real. give it to me, give it to me, God. Give it to me, give it to me, God. I'm ready to receive your love.
That's one of those wonderful songs. It really is an intimate song, isn't it? There's just something so beautiful about it. So this is Unity. Would you read this with me? Would that be comfortable for you? It teaches me Spirit is everywhere and everything. Spirit is absolute good and everywhere present. I am good. My thoughts create my experiences. Prayer is my connection. My mind is open and my heart is receptive to what is mine to hear today. And so it is. Are you ready? So this year has been the year of living everyday wonder and looking at the mundane, the usual, the ordinary, even the yucky, icky, sticky, and realizing that it's wondrous and that it's divine. And today I'd like you to look at yourself and recognize that you are divine. You are wondrous. You are beautiful. You are magnificent. You are pure potentiality in human form. You are love. So I'd like to ask you the question, what makes humans behave the way we do? What motivates us? Just throw some ideas out at me. What makes you behave the way you do?
The environment you came from.
The environment you came from, okay. Anybody else?
The influences you have now.
Influences you have now?
The beliefs you hold.
The beliefs you hold? Anyone else? What is it? Selfishness, yes. Yes, it's interesting, isn't it? There are so many things that influence the way we behave. And I thought about this question quite a while, and I thought, you know what? It's also my values, what I value, and whether I choose to follow what I value or not. And what I believe. If I believe I'm divine, if I believe that everything is possible for me, then my stress level is a whole lot less. Would you say that's true for you as well? Mm-hmm. And so I mentioned earlier today, in part of our preamble, was the idea that gratitude is the quickest way to get you to remembering you're divine. And in that gratitude, you may not remember that you're divine, but there is something that happens. It's like your heart splits open in the moment of gratitude, and everything that isn't gratitude falls away. And so I invite you, as you move through your day, through your year, through the rest of your life, whenever you're faced with something that just doesn't feel right or you're feeling stressed, take a moment and just be grateful, even for the experience that you might be having. Because that moment of gratitude just connects you directly, and you're already connected, but your awareness connects your awareness to that field of love that is who you are. So is it our genes that decide if we will become a doctor, a lawyer, or a movie star? No. I'm seeing people say no. And that's probably very true, isn't it? Because, I mean, do our genes know that there are such jobs out there? No, they don't. So are we predestined to a particular life, as some believe, or do we determine our destiny as others believe? You know what? If you believe that you're predestined, guess what? It happens to you as though you were a puppet, a marionette. And if you believe that no matter what happens in life that you get to choose, then you're choosing your destiny one thought at a time. You can't control what happens in life. I mean, that's just out of our control. And if you're trying to do that, even if it's another individual, then you're making yourself crazy. So don't do that, okay? Just stop. I am of the divine source. My true nature is divine. You say that with me. I am of the divine source. My true nature is divine. We live on earth, yet we're living as one. And it's easy to forget that, isn't it? In the harmony with the planet, nature, and all living beings. And are we also including ourselves in that harmony? You know, when we become more harmonious with ourselves, we become harmonious with everything. So you know when they say, don't worry about what's going on the other side of the world or whatever somebody else is doing. When you start to become in harmony with yourself, then all of the rest of that becomes not irrelevant, but you start to raise the consciousness, raise the vibration of the planet. So it begins with you. Do you truly believe that God is all there is? I know what a crazy question for a person in church to ask you, isn't it? But do you? I mean, really, do you believe, other than the big guy with a G on his chest with a big beard sitting in a chair up in heaven, do you believe that there is more to you than what you see? Do you believe that there is a divinity, a love that is more than who you are? I see one person nodding. Anybody else agree with me? I know, it's something to think about though, isn't it? It's what is, for each of us, our own personal belief about God. And I have to tell you, I can only tell you from my own experience, and that is, my own intimate relationship with Spirit has come through my experiences, through becoming deliberately aware, through working in this field of love, through working with gratitude and prayer and song and love, that I've come to understand that I'm not alone, that there is this infinite field that is constantly interacting with me, constantly. And if I'm being stressed, I get more reasons to be stressed. And if I'm loving, all of a sudden I see through almost like rose-colored glasses. Everything's beautiful. That's my interpretation of how I interact with God. So how do you? And how can we live in a way that reflects this truth? Well, I gave you one idea, gratitude. I know you've heard it said, gratitude journals and all this stuff and all this hooey about be grateful for whatever's in front of you. But really, to truly take a moment in a stressful time, and maybe you can come up with something that's happened most recently for you. And it's not even to be grateful about that situation or that person or what was said, but something else that you're grateful for, anything. Maybe, like yesterday, we were driving and it was bumper-to-bumper traffic because they had closed part of the highway and we were coming into town. And so I focused on this blue sky with no clouds. And I was transported to a place that didn't care. It's like, let's take as long as it takes. I was having a good time. And nothing else changed but my attitude. And we can do that. So I invite you to explore and deepen your connection with God, whatever that means for you. Because it's right where you are, always. So I'd like to look at what you think, something called the main thing, and isness is your business. So what do you think? Our thoughts and feelings combined have creative power, great creative power. I can't get those words out very easily. Thoughts have creative power to determine events and attract experiences. And so this is that thing, I like to use this really long phrase, and some of you may say, well, like, where did that even come from? The infinite field of pure potentiality. I love it. Because when I remember that anything is possible, it's amazing how creative I get. Can you see how that can happen? When you know that you are just in this no matter what's going on, that you can change your life. Through God, we create our reality through thoughts held in mind. And that is a real core teaching at Unity. And the only way that you can truly believe it and understand it is to work with it. Because I can tell you till the cows come home. I don't know where that saying has come from. But I can tell you till the cows come home that that's the truth. And yet it is the truth for me. Is it the truth for you? Mm-hmm. Whatever we consistently focus our thoughts and our feelings upon manifest in our lives. We're not victims, ever. Stuff happens to us, sure. Accidents happen, illness happens, all kinds of things. What do you decide in that moment to do to move forward? That's the important thing. This now moment, the choice you make in that moment. We are the creators of our own experience, and we accept responsibility, not blame. Jean Jefferson, who is our board president, always says there's no blame or shame in unity. That's what she was taught, and she's giving me a thumbs up. And you know, it's a tough one to unlearn if you have grown up with this idea of blaming and shaming others to get your way or to feel better about yourself. And it's certainly evident to me when I see other people doing it, and I think, you know, you've got to look in the mirror. You've got to look within first. And that's a tough lesson. That's a tough one on this spiritual journey, to be responsible, to be personally responsible. I know that. But the rewards are so great. When you accept responsibility for the creation of your experiences, now I'm saying of your experience, how you're experiencing something, not what just happened, but how you're responding to it, you are empowered to create consciously all that you truly desire. Because we are empowered. We have that gift. So do you think you have to do it all yourself? Have you ever been caught in that treadmill? One or two times. Me too, once anyways. I will admit to once. So do you try to keep everybody happy all the time? It's a crazy thing, isn't it? You know, my initial response is, because I'm a people pleaser, as some of you may know. I've learned a two-letter word, though, no. But I am, to my core, a people pleaser, and trying to keep other people happy. Like, I can't control how somebody responds. If they're not happy, if they don't like what I said, if they don't like what I do, if they don't like how I look, if they don't like, it has nothing to do with me. And there isn't anything I can do except by chance that someone might be happy with any of what I just said. Because you never become your best self when you let others define you. Boy, that's a tough one to unlearn, and I'm still unlearning it. So stop it. You know, I say that to myself, just stop it. Get over it. You do not have the right or the power to make anyone happy or unhappy. And you can't do it anyways, even if you wanted to. I think one of the hardest jobs in the world must be being a comedian. Like, I don't find 90% of them funny, so they would have a difficult time with me in their audience, because I'd be looking at them like, you think that's funny? And I was in a profession for 44 years, which was the beauty business, where I was stupid enough, ignorant enough to think that I could create something that someone would really like. And I got really, really good at it. And I had lots of customers because I became what they needed me to be. And so the people pleaser in me really did well, and I prospered. But I wasn't being real. I was doing what needed to happen so that I could make money, so that I could survive. And what have I learned from that? That's why I'm a minister today, I guess. Because I'm recognizing that just being the authentic me is all that's necessary. Would I have done that profession any differently? Probably not, because it'd be really nice to have happy people after you've cut their hair or something, wouldn't it? Rather than unhappy people. Some of you I see have new haircuts, and are you happy? Yeah, only they can do that. Only you can do that. An unhappy person will complain about everything. Do you know some people like that? Doesn't matter what you say. I call it like a ping pong game when you're talking to somebody and they say something negative, you say something positive, and it goes back and forth, and they just still have something negative to say for every positive thing you say. It just goes back and forth, back and forth. And a happy person can make any situation better. So why not choose to be the happy one? Each moment you are causing your experience by the thoughts that you think, the choices that you make, and how you choose to interpret events. Hear me there. How you choose to interpret anything is going to either feel peaceful or distressful. It's up to you. It's not what happens to you that counts. It's what you make of what happens. So no matter what you do, people will find their own reasons to be ecstatic or miserable. I love this picture. I'll get Julian to show it to you. You don't have to have white powder on your face, though. But. Has anyone ever told you exactly what you need to hear to save you grief, for instance, and you still made painful, defeating choices? I mean, as soon as somebody laughing in the background, I start laughing. If you try to tell me what I should do, I just shut down. It's like, nope. Even if it's the best thing for me and I know that it is, I don't know why. I say no in my mind. Even my body reflects it. My husband can attest to this because he'll see me doing something and he'll go like, have you ever thought of this? And I just look at him and tell him, you can just imagine what I tell him.
I love you.
After that, I say I love you, but not immediately. And why are we hardwired to do that? It's funny, isn't it? So if you're not motivated, you will not pay attention to what someone has to say. That's the key. If it's your decision and you have something of value in making that decision, then you're going to listen. You're going to do something different. So why is it that we return to self-defeating behaviors? Maybe because we're just not able to think so quickly on our feet. You know how sometimes an idea is so much better the next day? Because we've had a chance to sleep on it, to think about it. Maybe not even the next day, the next week, or the next year. You look back and say, gee, I wish I would have listened. You have to do it in your way, in your time. And hear me when I say that. You have to do it in your way, in your time. And so does everyone else. They have to do it in their way, in their own time. So what's the main thing? You must define your why before you can begin the what and the how. So any choice you make, why are you making it? If you just said no, why did you say no? If you just said yes, why did you say yes? And then I think about it like, well, what does this have to do with my divinity? Your divinity is responding to every response you have. The divine part of you is constantly saying yes. So if you become more deliberate, then you can walk hand in hand with your divinity rather than trying to ignore it and putting blinders on. So each of us has a vision of how wonderful our life could be. Would you say that's true? Especially like a delicious relationship, or a dream home, or an exciting career, or deeply rewarding friendships. We know what that looks like in our mind's eye and what it feels like. Exotic travel, artistic expression, the sense of health and well-being. We all have that. And as you focus on those things, they start to bubble up as ideas of how you can actually have that happen for you. So are you willing to give them to yourself? Those gifts of those delicious things that you dream about? Because you can start right now. What would you do with 547,600 if you were given it as a gift? What would you do? Anybody call something out? People are, you're too smart for me. These aren't dollars, as you can see. They're minutes. We budget our finances and give little thought to how we spend our time. You know? We think about our finances more than how we spend our time. And yet, it's even more important. How do we spend our spirit during those minutes? Are you spending time with yourself? Is it valuable time? Or are you constantly thinking, I should do this, and I should do that, and I should do this, and I should do that, and I should do this, and I should do that? Don't shit on yourself, okay? Every moment is an opportunity to feed your soul. So what does that mean for you? Looking at the sky like I did yesterday when I was in bumper-to-bumper traffic? I was feeding my soul. What did you do this morning that fed your soul? Was it a hot shower and the wonderful smell of your favorite shampoo? Or was it the wind in your hair with the car window open? I know. I'm getting ahead of myself here. How are you feeding your soul? The quality of your life depends on how much you're willing to let life love you. Because life is always waiting to love you. You know, when we were kids, we used to do that, eh? Just go up to somebody when we really liked them and kiss them or hug them. Or run away if we didn't want to be with them. We're not so spontaneous anymore, especially since COVID. The main thing is to keep the main thing, whatever that is for you. Full screen here. Persian mystic proclaimed, if I had 2 loaves of bread, I would sell one and buy hyacinths for my soul. So, you know, are you taking time to feed yourself and feed your soul? Isness is your business. Who you are is up to you. How you live your life is up to you. Who you are at your core, you can't change. Your spirit in action. How you're being is up to you. The care and feeding of your spirit is far more important than any other efforts. Everything else you do actually depends on it. Think about the times when you're not really feeling good about yourself. You haven't given yourself time. You haven't fed your soul. Everything is a struggle, isn't it? So when your soul is well fed, you feel great. How's your soul today? Are you feeling pretty good? More or less, eh? This morning's been pretty good. Songs kind of got us there. And also, your health is radiant when your soul is fed. You have energy and enthusiasm. Your relationships are deeply rewarding. And whatever you touch turns to success. And the only difference is you. So if you have been putting up a good front and fooling a few people, nothing you do will bring satisfaction. And that's true, isn't it? You can tell when someone's smiling at you and they really don't mean it. Or they go, so, I'm fine. And you know they're not. And maybe they don't need to tell you what it is, but let's stop that too. And let's take time to feed our souls this week. So that when we do say, I'm fine, you really mean it. So isness is your business. So stop and do whatever it takes to renew yourself. Today, start today. Maybe it's having a great cookie after service. Get outside. Take your best friend to dinner at your favorite restaurant. Walk on the beach and drink in a magic moment when the sun kisses the ocean. Have you ever seen that in the tropics where there's like a turquoise kind of a blast when the sun just goes below the horizon? It is magical. Get a deep body massage with aromatic oils. Rent your favorite movie. We watched Elvis this week. Pop popcorn. Sometimes we've just gone to the movie theater, bought the popcorn and gone home and eaten the popcorn and watched television. And that was even more comfortable. Our chairs, everything was just so much better. And the popcorn cost like $40 or something, I don't know. But it was really good. So here to just kind of wrap this up is a wonderful story about 4 wives.
Once upon a time, there was a king with 4 wives. One day, the king got sick and was on his deathbed. Afraid of being in the afterlife alone, he asked his 4th wife, which he loved the most, and bought her diamonds and gold and elegant clothing. He asked her, "Would you die with me and go with me to the afterlife?" The 4th wife replied, "I'm sorry, I can't do that," and walked away. He also loved his 3rd wife and was very proud and would always show her off to neighboring kingdoms. So he called on his 3rd wife and asked, "Would you accompany me to the afterlife?" The 3rd wife replied, "I love my life too much, and I'm sorry I cannot go with you. And when you die, I'm going to remarry." His 2nd wife has always been there for him in his times of need, so he asked, "Would you accompany me to the afterlife?" The 2nd wife then replied, "I'm sorry that I can't help you out this time, but what I can do is arrange your funeral, and I will be there for your funeral." A voice called out and said, "I'll leave with you and follow you wherever you go, even if it is to the afterlife." And the king looked, and it was his 1st wife. But this was the wife that he took care of the least. Felt embarrassed and said, "I'm sorry, I should have taken more care of you and given you more attention when I was alive." The moral of this story is that we all have 4 wives. Our 4th wife is our body. We like to decorate it with nice jewelry, nice clothing, but in the end, it can't follow us to the afterlife. The 3rd wife represents our possessions. We spend so much time trying to gather possessions, but in the end, they cannot follow us to the afterlife. It will be given to other people and divided. Just like the 3rd wife said, she's going to remarry. The 2nd wife, our friends and family. We trust them. They're always there for us in times of need. But the furthest they can go with us is to our funeral and send us off. Our 1st wife. The 1st wife represents our soul. We usually neglect taking care of our soul. That is the thing that will follow us to the afterlife. Care for your body. Keep it healthy. Enjoy your possessions and the comfort they provide. Cherish your friends and family for the love that they provide. But don't forget to take care of your soul. Nourish your soul. Take time to be alone. Take time to pray. Take time to meditate, because it is the source of all of your life and your most faithful friend. I hope this story can help you or somebody that you love. My name is Sean Uranahiran. Sawasdee krap.
So what will you do to feel better? Because it'll shift everything else that you do.
Sing this with me. Hi, Gertie. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me learn from all the ways I fall. Let me learn from all the ways I fall. Oh, let me know that love can heal us all. Let me know that love can heal us all. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me know that love is all around. Let me know that love is all around. Oh, let me share the good that overflows. Let me share the good that overflows. Oh, let my stance rebuild the path of peace. Let my stance rebuild the path of peace. Oh, let me talk each day a little kinder. Let me talk each day a little kinder. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Let me live in a holy, holy way.
Thank you, Reverend Ann. What's your takeaway today? I have a few. If you had asked what I would have done with $547,600, I could have kept you here all day. However, my takeaway is take care of my soul. And you jolted my mind when you asked, how are you spending time with yourself? So yesterday I had quite a lot of time on my hands, so I spent a portion of it eating everything I could find, watched television. When I was finished with that, I dusted the tables that were in front of me. Then I went and I cut my hair. All because I had a lot of time on my hands, right? So I will think again. Maybe I can, I do devote time to spending with self, but I was at a loose end yesterday, so. Anywho, I believe in my takeaway, great takeaway this week is what will I do for my soul to feed it? And I hope you have a takeaway too. And now we turn our attention to conscious giving. We are grateful for the support that you give us to continue to work in our Unity community. And if you feel so moved, you may share an offering with us either by using the envelopes here in the sanctuary or by e-transfer, and the email address is admin@unityspiritualcenter.com. And so let's bless the gifts that we are receiving and will continue to receive. Divine love that I am blesses all I give and all I receive.
This is one of my favorite songs from Deadly Friends. I can shout out in anger or think before I speak. I can choose to be strong or surrender at your feet. I can rage like a fire or soothe like the breeze. All of this is all of you and me. In and through it all is God. In and through it all is love. I am here to be a mirror the divine in you, because in and through it all is God. Life can play a soft, sweet melody or screeching tragedy. It can wrap you in its arms or bring you humbly to your knees. It can bring so much suffering or joy and harmony. All of this is all of you and me, because in and through it all is God. In and through it all is love. I am here to be a mirror to reflect the divine in you, because in and through it all is God. It's what it takes to live this human experience. It's what it takes to awaken to our souls. It's what it takes to recognize our wholeness, because with God's love in and through it all, we are whole. In and through it all is God. In and through it all is love. I am here to be a mirror to reflect the divine in you, because in and through it all is God. In and through it all is God. In and through it all is love. I am here to be a mirror to reflect the divine in you. In and through it all is God. In and through it all is God.
Thank you, Emilio. We are truly blessed today, aren't we? And please know that we are here to pray with you. There are prayer requests at the back of the chairs, or if you'd like to send us your prayer request, those of you who are online, you may do so at prayer@unityspiritualcenter.com. And now we come to the end of our service. I'm sure. It sounds like I'm not. And we will recite the prayer of protection.
So join with me if that's comfortable to read this, written by James Dillett Freeman. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. And so it is. And let's join together in singing this final song, We Are the Ones.
We are the ones that we've been waiting for. We are the ones who will make a difference. We are the ones who will change the world. We are the ones. We are the ones. We are. I've been feeling like I can't make a difference. Been feeling like there ain't no use. Feeling tired and a little unconscious. Coming up with every kind of excuse. Till I realize it's all up to me. When we join together, we shape our destiny. To see a world where we are living as one. It can be, it shall be, it will be done. We are the ones that we've been waiting for. We are the ones who will make a difference. We are the ones who will change the world. We are the ones, we are. Yes, we are the ones, we are. No one else gonna make the changes. No saber gonna drop from the sky. Nothing left to do but wake up, 'cause it's really up to you and I to take it one step at a time. Stand together with your hand in mine. Then we will see the world that we've been dreaming about. We need it now, the time is now, there is no doubt. We are the ones that we've been waiting for. We are the ones who will make a difference. We are the ones who will change the world. Yes, we are the ones. We are. We are the ones. We are. I am the one that I've been waiting for. I am the one who will make that difference. Yes, I am the one who will change the world. I am the one. I am. Sing. I am the one. I am. We are the ones. We are. Yes, we are the ones. We are. You are the one. You are. Yes, we are the ones. We are. We are the ones. We are.
So thank you for joining us this week. And remember, your job this week is to feed your soul. So what are you going to do to feed your soul? I'm going to have a really nice lunch today. Maybe a cookie to start with. So I'll see you next week. I love you. Bye for now.
Love you too.